study is climate. Climate means sum total of the weather conditions and variations over a large area and for a long period of time. Weather refers to the state of the atmosphere over an area at any point of time, and elements of weather and climate are same. Elements of weather are temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity and precipitation. On the basis of generalized monthly atmospheric conditions, year is divided into seasons: winter season, summer season or rainy season. Climate of India is described as a monsoon type, and in Asia, this type of climate is mainly found in south and southeast regions. Despite an overall unity in the general pattern, there are perceptible regional variations in climatic conditions within the country. So variations not only in the form and types of precipitation, but also there is variation in amount and seasonal distribution. Precipitation is mostly in the form of snowfall in the upper part of Himalayas. It rains over the rest of the part of the country. In general, the coastal areas experience less contrasts in the temperature conditions. Seasonal contrasts are more in the interior of the country. Climatic controls. There are 6 major controls of the climate at any given place, and they are latitude, altitude, pressure, wind system, distance from the sea, ocean currents and relief features as well. Because Earth is curved in shape, the amount of solar energy received by various parts of the Earth varies according to the latitude, and due to this, air temperature decreases from the equator towards the poles. As we grow from the surface of the Earth to the higher altitudes, atmosphere becomes less dense and temperature decreases. Therefore, the hills are cooling during the summers. As height increases, temperature decreases. The pressure and wind system of area, it depends on the latitude and altitude of that place. Thus, it influences the temperature and also the rainfall pattern. Sea also exerts a moderating influence on the climate. As the distance from the sea increases, moderating influence decreases and people experience extreme weather conditions. This condition is known as continentality. Ocean currents along with the onshore winds, they also affect the climate of coastal areas. Relief also plays a major role in determining the climate of any place. High mountains act as barriers for cold and hot winds. They may also cause precipitation if they are high enough and lie in the path of rain-bearing wind. Factors affecting India's climate. First factor is latitude. The Tropic of Cancer passes through the middle of the country from the Rann of Kutch in the west to Mizoram in the east, and almost half of the country lying to the south of Tropic of Cancer, it belongs to the tropical area, and all the remaining area to the north of tropic, it lies in the subtropical area. So India's climate has characteristics of both tropical and subtropical climates. Altitude. India has mountains to the northern side with an average height of 6,000 meters. India also has vast coastal area. Himalayas prevent the cold winds from the Central Asia entering the subcontinent. It is because of these mountains the subcontinent experiences mild winters as compared to Central Asia. Pressure and winds. The climate and the associated weather conditions in India, they are governed by the following atmospheric conditions: pressure and surface winds, upper air circulation, western cyclonic disturbances and tropical cyclones. Pressure and wind conditions over the India are very unique. During winter, there is a high pressure area north of the Himalayas, and cold and dry winds blow from this region to the low pressure areas. over the oceans to the south. In summer, low pressure area develops over the interior Asia as well as all over the northwestern India, and this causes a complete reversal of the direction of the winds during summer. Air moves from high pressure area over the southern Indian Ocean in a southeast direction. It crosses the equator, turns right towards the low pressure areas over the Indian subcontinent. And this air is known as southwest monsoon winds. Upper air circulation in this region, it is dominated by a westerly flow. Important component of this flow is jet stream. The Indian monsoon. The climate of India is strongly influenced by the monsoon winds. Monsoon is experienced in the tropical area between 20 degrees north and 20 degrees south latitudes. To understand the mechanism of monsoon, few facts are important. Let's see what are those facts. Differential heating and cooling of the land and water. It creates a low pressure on the landmass of India, and the seas around, they experience a comparatively high pressure. Shift of the position of Intertropical Convergence Zone ITCZ in summer over the Ganga plain. The Intertropical Convergence Zone, it is a broad trough of low pressure in the equatorial latitudes, and the presence of high pressure east of the Madagascar, approximately at 20 degrees south over the Indian Ocean. Intensity and position of this high pressure over the plateau at about 9 kilometers above the sea level. Tibetan Plateau, it gets intensively heated during the summer because of the formation of low pressure over the plateau about 9 kilometers above the sea level. Movement of the westerly jet stream to the north of Himalayas and presence of the tropical easterly jet stream over the Indian peninsula during the summer. So apart from all these changes in the pressure conditions over the southern ocean, they also affect the monsoons. When the tropical eastern South Pacific Ocean, it experiences high pressure, then the tropical eastern Indian Ocean experiences low pressure. But in certain years, there is a reversal in pressure conditions. The eastern Pacific has low pressure in compared to the eastern Indian Ocean. This periodic change in the pressure conditions, it is known as southern oscillation. The difference in the pressure over the Tahiti and Darwin in the northern Australia is computed to predict the intensity of monsoons. So if the pressure differences are negative, then it means that monsoons will be below average and late. A feature connected with the SO is the El Nino monsoon. A feature connected with the SO is the El Nino phenomenon, in which warm ocean current flows past the Peruvian coast in the pace of cold Peruvian current every 2 to 5 years, and the changes in pressure conditions are connected to the El Nino. Hence, the phenomenon is referred as El Nino Southern Oscillations. The trade winds and the strong equatorial currents always flow towards the west, and at the same time, intense Peruvian current causes the upwelling of cold water along the west coast of Southern America.